everyone, hello and welcome back to another stream here on the channel. Of course, it's Football Fan 148 for those watching on YouTube, and those watching, of course, on TikTok. It is WWE Kingdom 120 back again with another stream. And guys, of course, today it is the first, of course, it is the first big draw of the season. And yeah, of course, indeed, it is the Champions League phase draw. So yeah, indeed, it's the league phase draw for the Champions League. So yeah, indeed, of course, I will do. Yeah, indeed, I'll do that. But hang on a minute, I'm just gonna switch my camera off just a sec. Hang on a minute, I just realised something that I need to take care of. Hang on one sec. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a bit of air in here. See if I can try and get a bit of air in here because it's just a little bit stuffy. So give me a sec. But anyway, guys, yeah. So of course, indeed, the draw. Indeed, of course, we'll see which indeed team will, of course, indeed get who, of course, in the league phase of this season's Champions League. Yeah, and also, guys, of course, indeed, the Champions League, of course, one of the big European competitions. Of course, indeed, we got the draw for the Europa League tomorrow. And, of course, yeah, so indeed, we got that tomorrow. And then, of course, I think we've also got the Conference League draw tomorrow as well. Well, unless indeed there was anything else, of course, really there. Yeah, just in case there is anything else. Let me actually have a look at the draws. Let me just have a look briefly to see. Hang on a minute. Europa League. Yeah, so when's the draw for that? I'm guessing tomorrow because indeed they still haven't done the second leg of the other playoffs yet. So indeed, of course, we'll just indeed wait to see indeed when the draw is for that. Hang on, just found it. Yep, league phase draw for the Europa League will be held on Friday, and I guess that'll be the same for the Conference League as well. But of course, yeah, today it is the Champions League, of course, draw, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you indeed about, of course, the pots for this draw. Of course, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the pots, indeed, for this one, of course, actually the draw will be starting. It will be starting shortly. So, yeah, the draw will be starting within the next 5 minutes or so. But let me just remind you, indeed, of what team, indeed, are in each pot. Of course, indeed, we have got, of course, in pot one, we've got, of course, the last season's Champions League winners, Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich. Of course, the Premier League, of course, Bayern Munich indeed won the Bundesliga last season. Yeah, of course, indeed, Liverpool, of course, Premier League champions last season. And of course, Inter Milan, of course, Borussia Dortmund, last season's La Liga winners, Barcelona, and of course, the last season's UEFA Conference League champions, Chelsea, and also, of course, the FIFA Club World Cup winners as well. So that is in pot one. In pot two, we've got Barcelona, No, we haven't. No, we haven't. I already said them. Yeah, but anyway, let me try that again. Yeah, in part two, we got Arsenal, Bayer Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, Benfica, Atalanta, Villarreal, Juventus, Eintracht Frankfurt, and Club Brugge. Of course, Club Brugge in there. Of course, after they dismissed, of course, an awful Rangers side last night, winning 6-0. Indeed, that was 8. That indeed, of course, was 9-1 on aggregate. Of course, in pot three, of course, we've got last season's Europa League winners, Tottenham, even though they were lucky, in my opinion. They also got PSV, Ajax, Napoli. Of course, Napoli indeed were last season's Serie A winners. Sporting Lisbon, Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, Bodo and Glimt. Of course, indeed, they're in the Champions League. Congrats to them. Marseille. So, of course, now in Copenhagen, of course, now in pot four, we've got Copenhagen, FC Copenhagen, who indeed qualified last night by beating FC Basel. Monaco, Galatasaray, Union SG, Qarabag, of course, Qarabag indeed in there after beating, of course, beating Ferencvaros, of course, 5-4 on aggregate, even though they lost on the night. Atletico Bilbao, Newcastle, of course, Paphos, indeed, they're in there, of course, after they beat Red Star Belgrade. And, of course, Kairat Almaty, indeed, in there for the first time after defeating Celtic on penalties. So, indeed, of course, we have got... So, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, we have got, of course, all four pots, indeed, for this. So, let me just remind you, indeed, of the procedure, indeed, how this draw, indeed, is going to take place. Of course, indeed, we've got, ladies and gentlemen, of course, indeed, on score of how this is going to work. Of course, indeed, of course, the opponents of each team, as whether each match is played at home or away, are determined by means of a draw. Each team are drawn against two opponents from each of the four pots and plays one opponent from each pot at home and the other away. In principle, teams from the same association cannot be drawn against each other. Say, indeed, like teams from, teams from same two teams from England or other competitions might won't be able to play each other. What I'll do is I'll let them really explain it indeed to see, because I think they'll do a better job than me, I think. Oh, but here we do now is just getting underway. No. Yep. Oh, hang on. Oh, you just look at some of these just goals here. They're just showing us, ladies and gentlemen. Just indeed look at some of the clubs and the teams that have won over the years. Of course, Real Madrid. Of course, Man United, the crazy final, Munich. The crazy final. Indeed, there. Of course, Bayern Munich. Uh, because Chelsea. Oh, the miracle of Istanbul for Liverpool. Of course, Barcelona. AC Milan. Barcelona, of course, Lionel Messi. Inter Milan. And of course, the legend, Didier Drogba, indeed giving us that big moment all those years ago in Munich when we finally indeed won the competition that we wanted for all these years. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kai Havertz, they're doing it for us again. Of course, against Man City, who eventually did win it in 2023. And then PSG, of course, winning it last year. But indeed, just look at all those teams that have won it over the years. Just mentioning a few there, ladies and gentlemen. And I just can't wait to see the sort of games that we're indeed going to get during this league phase. It's going to be really interesting. Yeah. I can't even believe it's been that long 90 days since we last had European football in the greatest club competition in the world. Budapest. That's Hungary, isn't it? Yeah. 30th, right? So the 30th of May 2026. Pencil in now, guys. Because that indeed, of course, is the date for the final of this season's Champions League. Oh, hello. We've got the UEFA president here. I think indeed it's like some rewards as well, I think. Oh, no, indeed, they're just talking to him. Whoa. All six. Yeah. Ah, well, that just says it with us. That is why we are the best team practically in Europe. I mean, to do something indeed no other club has ever done. Indeed, the likes of Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Real Madrid, of course, and other great clubs. Indeed, there. Oh, yeah. That's of course, they're pretty much the best team in Europe. And I'm going to say it now, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to say it with pride. And it's so Manchester, so Manchester, yes, say, my one mistake I was ever seen. And it's so Manchester, so Manchester, yes, say. Yeah. Oh, I hope so. Although I feel like we did get a little bit lucky in some of those games last season. So, yeah, we'll just really see how indeed we'll do, of course, this season. I can't wait to see. Yeah. We have, of course, we're two-time winners, of course, winning it for the first time in the 2011-12 season, courtesy of a penalty shootout victory over Bayern Munich. And, of course, indeed, we won it in 2021 as well, beating Manchester City in that final in Porto. Well, I mean, Chelsea really, of course, just creating history again and again. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember this. Yeah. I mean, it was, yeah. Even I have to say it. I mean, the Champions League last season, I feel like indeed that was the best Champions League season I have ever witnessed. Yeah. Indeed, who do you like more, Reading or Chelsea? Well, if I have to say that in a local sense, um, local sense, indeed, of course, it'd be Reading. But indeed, if it'd be a family sense, it'd be Chelsea. Here we go again. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think that is going to be a big issue there. Yeah. Yeah. Sweet. I'm just hoping, indeed, that indeed, of course, they're not gonna indeed announce the changes that I think they are. Let's say, yeah, good grief. Yeah, I think you did take it a tad too far. It's like, when are they actually going to get on with the draw? That's what I want to know. I really want to know when on earth this draw is actually going to take place. Hi, David. Do you live in SM? That's the initial, so I don't base out. I've seen you a few times. I live where? What does SM mean? I don't live in the South Midlands, guys. I live, of course, down in the southeast, by the way. So, yeah, indeed, SM, if that is initials for South Midlands, then S Meadows. Meadows. I don't live really, I don't think so, no. Well, I do live in an area that's near Meadows, yes. So, yeah, one thing or another. Oh, so Ibrahimovic apparently is the UEFA President's Award winner for this year. Yeah, then you got sent off, didn't you? Last time you were at Stamford Bridge. Mm, true. Oh, don't mention that one. Yeah, I think indeed for us here in England, that was it was a sour moment, of course, that when Ibrahimovic scored that incredible acrobatic goal. But still a bit of a sour one in the mouths of England fans. So I'm just saying that. Oh, so Ibrahimovic apparently is helping out with the draw, it looks like. Oh, who is it? Oh, it's Kaka! Oh, just watching some of these goals. Some of the goals that he's scored, though, in this competition. I mean, really. I mean, Kaka, he's won the Champions League many times. Kaka, of course, always a legend round here. Always a legend in the European game is Kaka. Shinfield, yes, Plumber. Yeah, I do live in Shinfield, yeah. Yeah. What are you watching? Indeed, Plumber, I'm watching indeed the Champions League league phase draw. Of course, if you can't tell by the title when you clicked on it, so yeah, I'm up there, but I am watching the draw, of course, live on the UEFA website. So yeah. I think it would have been I think it would have been a dream thing for the AC Milan supporters if they saw Ibrahimovic and Kaká on the pitch at the same time playing for AC Milan. I think indeed it would be an absolute dream thing for them. Do you mind if I ask for a selfie next time? No, not at all, Plumber, not at all. Unless it's with family. Indeed, of course, if I'm with family, then indeed, then I might have a problem with it. All right. Ah, right. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Oh no! Not this guy. I'd say my mum hates him. My mum absolutely despises him. Yeah. Okay. Of course, it's Mitch Ramsey. Hey, Tini! Hello, welcome to the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well, of course, by the way. Oh, we got indeed some big clashes, all right. Yeah. Yeah, they did. They were actually in the process of elimination, indeed, by I think it was match 3 or 2, 2 or 3, I think it was. Yeah. Oh, Sabodo and Glimdar. Indeed, of course, debut. What was the other team he said? He said one more team, but I couldn't hear him at the moment. Yeah, guys, of course, if you're watching this, could you indeed message me or at least put something in the chat, like in regards to that other team he mentioned being the other newcomer. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right. Right. So how that works is, ladies and gentlemen, looks like indeed, of course, like indeed the teams, of course, like indeed at least they'll face two clubs indeed from pot one, pot two, pot three, and pot four. Of course, one of those, of course, four of those ones will be at home, and four of those will be away. Yeah. So basically, it looks like indeed that we won't be getting, of course, like any big ones, like say like France, say like indeed France and Spain, indeed from the same area can't play against each other. So we basically can get. So we can get two clubs of the same country, but just not in the same configuration or association, right? Right. So basically, it all go on. So, right. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, indeed, of course, indeed the way things are looking, indeed, of course, the way things look is indeed, of course, the fixtures, kickoff times, and of course, match dates. They won't be revealed until Saturday at the latest, by the looks of it. We need to be going to London September 13th. Well, I won't be going to London September 13th, Plumber, because indeed I'll be in Barnsley. Yeah, I'll be in Yorkshire for that, for the Barnsley versus Reading game there. And also, I don't know what indeed is in London on September 13th. So yeah, I really don't know what on earth is going to be in there. I don't know indeed what's going to be in London on September 13th. I really don't. Let me have a look. Look. Yeah. 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 Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. First team out is gonna be. Yeah, first team out is. Oh, Bayern Munich, of course, the German champions. So they're first out. 99 goals last year. And of course, also destroyed RB Leipzig 6-0, of course, last week. Here we go. Teams now for Bayern. Oh, God! So indeed, looks like we're going to be taking on. So for Bayern's fixtures, of course, the home teams they'll be facing at home will be Chelsea, Club Brugge, Sporting Lisbon, and Union SG. And the away sides for Bayern is Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal, PSV, and Paphos. Oh, that'll be interesting. Although with Arsenal, I'll say that a bit hastily. Because indeed, with Arsenal, the last two times they faced them, Arsenal ended up getting completely and utterly smashed. I think indeed they ended up getting smashed yeah, I can't remember what the score was then. Really can't remember who it was. So here we go, Bones out. Next up will be Chelsea next, my team. The Blues are Chelsea. So we got Bayern away first. We know that. But who have we got after that? Who we got? Oh, oh, this is going to be interesting. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, indeed for Chelsea, of course, we got Barcelona at home and Bayern Munich away from part one. For part two, we got it's Benfica at home and Atalanta away. Of course, Atalanta indeed, of course, Atalanta, they'll be tricky opponents. Part three, we got Ajax at home and Napoli away. Of course, Napoli, indeed, they've been tricky opponents for us in the past. Of course, you remember, indeed, the 2011-12 season, of course, when we had that absolute classic in the last 16 of the Champions League. And then for pot four, we've got Paphos and Qarabag. Of course, Paphos will be at home and Qarabag will be away. So indeed, interesting trip there for us. I'll take that actually. That looks quite interesting. Okay, next team out is Real Madrid, of course, the most successful team in Champions League history. Of course, they were knocked out indeed at the quarterfinal stage last season. So for Real Madrid, it's Man City at home, Liverpool away, Juventus at home, Benfica away, Marseille at home, Olympiacos away, Monaco at home, and Kairat Almaty away. I have to say that actually does look interesting. I mean, having two English teams back to back, that indeed will be interesting to see. And of course, they've got Juventus there. But indeed, Real Madrid, Liverpool, I'm going to be looking forward to that one. That one's always a great tie to watch. That really is. Here we go. Inter Milan, of course, indeed. Of course, the Champions League runners up from last season. Yeah. So, okay, the button for them is, of course, Inter Milan have Liverpool at home, Dortmund away, Arsenal at home, Atletico Madrid away, Slavia Prague at home, Ajax away, Kairat Almaty at home, and Union SG away. Oh, so Union Straight Gilawaz indeed are the other debutants. Right. So now I know. Now I know. Dortmund, of course, the 2024 Champions League finalists. Of course, we know indeed for Dortmund, of course, they'll be taking on Inter Milan at home. So for Dortmund, it's Inter at home, Man City away, Villarreal at home, Juventus away, Bodo and Glimt at home, Tottenham away, Athletic Bilbao at home, and FC Copenhagen away. Yeah. And of course, also, yeah, so I'll just say it again for those that you didn't hear. It's Inter Milan at home for Dortmund, then it's Man City away, Villarreal at home, Juventus away, Bodo Glimt at home, Tottenham away, Athletic Bilbao at home, and to finish things off with a trip to FC Copenhagen. Okay, next team out. Yeah. The team out. Of course, next one's Liverpool, the Premier League champions. So, of course, Liverpool have Real Madrid and Inter Milan and already have been drawn. So their other opponents are. So indeed, it's Real Madrid at home, Inter Milan away, Atletico Madrid at home, Eintracht Frankfurt away, PSV at home, Marseille away, Qarabag at home, and Galatasaray away. So interesting fixtures for Liverpool. Yeah, who will it be next out of pot one? Barcelona, of course. Indeed, multi-time Champions League winners. The last time Barcelona won the Champions League was over a decade ago against Juventus, of course, in 2015. So for Barcelona, it's PSG at home, Chelsea away, Frankfurt at home, Club Bruges away, Olympiacos at home, Slavia Prague away, SC Copenhagen at home, and Newcastle away. So just a reminder that it's PSG at home, it's Paris Saint-Germain at home, Chelsea away, Eintracht Frankfurt at home, Bruges away, Olympiacos at home, Slavia Prague away, SC Copenhagen at home, and Newcastle away. That's indeed, of course, the draw for Barcelona there. Yeah, interesting stuff, this draw. Of course, we got last season's Champions League winners, Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, we know with PSG, of course, indeed, we know that they have Bayern Munich at home and Barcelona away. So indeed, there's 6 more teams for them. Okay, so we got Atalanta at home, Leverkusen away, Tottenham at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Newcastle at home, and Athletic Bilbao away. So let me just remind you, Bayern Munich at home, Barcelona away, Atalanta at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, Tottenham at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Newcastle at home, and then, of course, the final one was Athletic Bilbao, of course, away. So, yeah, the final team, of course, was Athletic Bilbao. So, interesting fixtures indeed there. Of course, the defending champions. So I'm just going to say it one more time, guys, in case you didn't hear me for one of those teams. For PSG, it's Bayern Munich at home, Barcelona away, Atalanta at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, Tottenham at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Newcastle United at home, and Athletic Bilbao away. And the final team, of course, is Man City. Of course, we know that they've got Borussia Dortmund at home and Real Madrid away for them. Okay, we go 6 other teams are Bayer Leverkusen at home, Villarreal away, Napoli at home, Bodo and Glimt away, Galatasaray at home, and Monaco away. So just to confirm, indeed it is Borussia Dortmund at home, Real Madrid away, Bayer Leverkusen at home, Villarreal away, Napoli at home, Bodo and Glimt, Galatasaray. Hang on, I've got confused myself there for a moment. So yeah, let me try that again. Yeah, for Man City, it's Borussia Dortmund at home, Real Madrid away, Bayer Leverkusen at home, Villarreal away, Napoli at home, Bodo and Glimt away, Galatasaray at home, and then a trip to Monaco. So there we go. So that is the draw done there. Now we're just indeed coming up to the other part. Right, here we go. So indeed, the first team out there. So for Bayer Leverkusen, of course, they know their pot one opponents, but who indeed, of course, are their pot two, pot three, pot four opponents? And they are Villarreal at home, Benfica away, PSV at home, Olympiacos away, Newcastle at home, and FC Copenhagen away. So just to clarify, it's Paris Saint-Germain at home, Man City away, Villarreal at home, Benfica away, PSV. No, let me try that again with Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, because I'm getting mixed up myself here with this. Yeah, so for them, it's Paris Saint-Germain at home, Man City away, Villarreal at home, Benfica away, PSV at home, Olympiacos away, Newcastle at home, and FC Copenhagen away. So yeah, there we go for Bayer Leverkusen. Interesting games there. Of course, I'll do my full review of those of the draw, of course, at the end of the stream. Next one out, of course, Arsenal. Indeed, semi-finalists last year before being beaten by PSG. Of course, for Arsenal, they know they've got two teams from Pot A in Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. So indeed, it's Bayern Munich at home, Inter Milan away, Atletico Madrid at home, Club Brugge away, Olympiacos at home, Slavia Prague away, Kairat Almaty at home, and Athletic Bilbao away. So yeah, that's the lot for Arsenal. So here we go. Next team out is Atalanta. Of course, we know indeed that Atalanta already have their Pot A opponents. Of course, with Chelsea at home and PSG and Paris Saint-Germain away. So now we just need to know the other 6 teams for Atalanta. And those are Club Brugge at home, Eintracht Frankfurt away, Slavia Prague at home, Marseille away, Athletic Bilbao at home, and Union Saint-Gilloise away. So to clarify, it's PSG at home, it's Chelsea at home, Paris Saint-Germain away, Club Brugge at home, Eintracht Frankfurt away, Slavia Prague at home, Marseille away, Athletic Bilbao at home, and Union Saint-Gilloise away. So next team is Benfica. So indeed, of course, Benfica, they already have 3 games, of course, against Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Bayer Leverkusen. So the other 5 teams are Juventus, Napoli, Ajax, Qarabag, and Newcastle. So the list looks like this: it's Real Madrid at home, Chelsea away, Bayer Leverkusen at home, Juventus away, Napoli at home, Ajax away, Qarabag at home, and Newcastle away. So of course, Benfica, indeed, they've got 2 Italian sides back to back. Of course, Juventus away and Napoli at home in that list. So, yeah, those, of course, indeed tough fixtures there. That's for sure. Here we go. Club Brugge, of course, qualified earlier this week, of course, beating Rangers 9-1 on aggregate. And Club Brugge already have 4 teams in there. So it's Barcelona at home, Bayern Munich away, Arsenal at home, and Atalanta away. Those are the first 4. And the other 4, we got Marseille at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Monaco at home, and Kairat Almaty away. So just to clarify, it's Barcelona at home, Bayern Munich away, Arsenal at home, Atalanta away, Marseille at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Monaco at home, and Karat Almaty, away. And the next one is Eintracht Frankfurt, of course. Indeed, indeed successful, of course, European side, of course. Indeed, for them, of course, indeed, also successful, a successful, of course, German team in the Bundesliga as well. Of course, for Eintracht Frankfurt, they've already had 3 teams out. Of course, for them, they've got Liverpool away. They've got Liverpool at home, Barcelona away, Atalanta at home, Atletico Madrid away, Tottenham at home, Napoli away, Galatasaray at home, and Qarabag away. Okay, we go. Oh, Juventus, of course, up next. Of course, indeed, they've been really successful, of course, in Serie A. They'll be hoping, indeed, to get their hands on a Champions League trophy soon enough. So for Juventus, it's Borussia Dortmund at home, Real Madrid away, Benfica at home, Villarreal away, Sporting Lisbon at home, Bodo Glimt away, Paphos at home, and Monaco away. Atletico Madrid, of course, out next. Atletico Madrid, of course, indeed, of course, 2-time Champions League runners-up. Of course, where they indeed were beaten both times. Of course, by Real Madrid, both in 2014 and 2016. And of course, also, just a little fact for you, ladies and gentlemen. Also, indeed, of course, knocked out, of course, Liverpool in 2020. And another stat for you, and Chelsea were indeed the first team to beat them, of course, at their new ground, the Wanda Metropolitano, of course, back in 2018. No, 2017, sorry. Yeah, so for Atletico Madrid, for them, of course, they have got Inter Milan at home, Liverpool away, Eintracht Frankfurt at home, Arsenal away, Bodo Glimt at home, PSV away, Union Saint-Gilloise at home, and Galatasaray away. So just to confirm for them, it's Inter Milan at home, Liverpool away, Eintracht Frankfurt at home, Arsenal away, Bodo Glimt at home, PSV away, Union Saint-Gilloise at home, and Galatasaray away for Atletico Madrid. So the final one, of course, is Villarreal. Oh, yeah. So, of course, for Villarreal, the first 4, indeed, is Manchester City at home, Borussia Dortmund away, Juventus at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, and indeed the other 4 are Ajax at home, Tottenham away, SC Copenhagen at home, and Paphos away. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's part 1 and 2 done. And the first team out of pot 3 is Olympique Marseille. First French club, of course, to win the Champions League. So for Marseille, of course, for them, they've already had 4 teams drawn. And those teams are Liverpool at home, Real Madrid away, Atalanta at home, Club Brugge away, and the other 4 see them play Ajax at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Newcastle at home, and Union St. Louis away. Oh, blimey, I nearly said Ajax then, but indeed, my mind did, of course, remind me that it is Ajax, not Ajax, as other people would say. Yeah, definitely Ajax. I don't know why enough people say Ajax for. Really don't know. Here we go. Tottenham Hotspurs, of course, indeed, last season's Europa League winners. Of course, they've already had 4 teams drawn out for them, and those 4 teams are Borussia Dortmund at home, Paris Saint-Germain away, Villarreal at home, and then Eintracht Frankfurt away. And the other 4 are for Tottenham, Slavia Prague at home, Bodo Glimt away, SC Copenhagen at home, and Monaco away. Of course, remember, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the fixtures and kickoff times for these games indeed will come out on Saturday. Bodo Glimt, of course, the Champions League newcomers, the Champions League debutants. Of course, they've already been drawn out 5 times already, and they've got indeed Man City at home, Borussia Dortmund away, Juventus at home, Atletico Madrid away, Tottenham at home, Slavia Prague away, Monaco at home, and Galatasaray away. The next team out, of course, is Sporting Lisbon. Indeed, Ruben Amorim's previous club, although I reckon he's probably wishing he'd stay there now. So for Sporting Lisbon, they've already been drawn out 5 times, and those indeed see them against Paris Saint-Germain at home, Bayern Munich away, Bruges at home, Juventus away, and Marseille at home. And the 3 other teams indeed see them playing Napoli away, Karato Mati at home, and Athletic Bilbao away. The next team out is Olympiacos, indeed the Greek champions. Of course, indeed have been drawn out 4 times already. Indeed, they've got double the Spanish, of course, in the first 2 games, with Real Madrid at home and Barcelona. Sorry, I got myself mixed up. So for them, of course, indeed, for Olympiacos, it is Real Madrid at home, Barcelona away, Bayer Leverkusen at home, Arsenal away, PSV at home, Ajax away, Paphos at home, and Kairat Almaty away. Kazakhstan, blimey, we already played 1 team from Kazakhstan. Chelsea indeed went to Kazakhstan last season against Astana. So, yeah, indeed, of course, find we're going to have to go to them again. Good God. Ajax indeed out. Of course, for Ajax, they've already been drawn out 5 times, and they indeed have a home game against Inter Milan, an away match against Chelsea, a home match against Benfica, an away match against Villarreal, a home match against Olympiacos, and indeed the other 3 teams is Marseille away, Galatasaray at home, and Qarabag away. So that is indeed the full set of fixtures for Ajax. Yeah. Slavia Prague, of course, the Czech Republic champions. Of course, for them, they've already been drawn out 6 times. Of course, they have Barcelona at home, Inter Milan away, Arsenal at home, Atalanta away, Bodo Glimt at home, Tottenham away, Athletic Bilbao at home, and Paphos away. I'm getting the hang of this now. Okay, we still got two teams left in there, and one of them is PSV Eindhoven. Course, the Dutch champions, of course, champions of Holland, and they already have been drawn against 5 teams, and those, of course, are Bayern Munich at home, Liverpool away, Atletico Madrid at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, Napoli at home, Olympiacos away, Union Saint-Gilloise at home, and Newcastle away. So here we go, the final team out of pot 3, and that indeed will be, of course, the Italian champions, Napoli. Of course, Napoli indeed have already been drawn 5 times already. No, actually 6 times already. Sorry about that. And so for Napoli, it is Chelsea at home, Man City away, Eintracht Frankfurt at home, Benfica away, Sporting Lisbon at home, PSV away, Qarabag at home, and then a trip to FC Copenhagen. So here we go, the final part of this draw. Yeah, so we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. We are very nearly there. I know it's been a bit complicated, but indeed, of course, crazy stuff. Sam, hello to you, mate. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, been a bit crazy, of course, all this going on. Trust me, absolutely crazy indeed. This, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, I'm having to really keep up with it all. Crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy stuff. Ooh. I'm going to have to get used to this, guys, because indeed I'm probably going to be doing this nearly every year from now on. Woo! Woo! You just watch some of this lot. So here we go, the final pot. Yeah, the final pot. Indeed, of course, pot 4. So here we go. First team out of pot 4 is Athletic Bilbao, of course, indeed the first team out, and they've already been drawn 6 times, of course, against Paris Saint-Germain at home, Borussia Dortmund away, Arsenal at home, Atalanta away, Sporting Lisbon at home, Slavia Prague away, Qarabag at home, and Newcastle away. Of course, I'll just confirm that for you, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, it is Paris Saint-Germain at home, Borussia Dortmund away, Arsenal at home, Atalanta away, Sporting Lisbon. No, I think I might have said Sporting Lisbon twice somewhere. I don't know if I did or if I didn't, but I'm going to start again anyway. Okay, so yeah, so indeed, of course, for Athletic Bilbao, it is Paris Saint-Germain at home, Borussia Dortmund away, Arsenal at home, Atalanta away, Sporting Lisbon at home, Slavia Prague away, Qarabag at home, and of course to finish off, Newcastle away. And the next team out is Qarabag, indeed, who qualified last night. Yeah. So of course we know, indeed, of course, Quarterback's Quarterback's opponents. We know, indeed, of course, 7 of Quarterback's opponents for this. Indeed, of course, it is. They have got Chelsea at home, Liverpool away, Eintracht Frankfurt at home, Benfica away, Ajax at home, Napoli away, FC Copenhagen at home, and Athletic Bilbao away. So the next one out is Monaco, AS Monaco. Of course, for them, they've been drawn 6 times already. So they've got Manchester City at home, Real Madrid away, Juventus at home, Club Brugge away, Tottenham at home, Bodo Glimt away, Galatasaray at home, and Paphos away. So there we go. That is 3 teams out. Now with the 4th. Galatasaray. Of course, the Turkish champions. Indeed, they've already been drawn 7 times at this. So they've got Liverpool at home, Manchester City away, Atletico Madrid at home, Eintracht Frankfurt away, Bodo Glimt at home, Ajax away, Union St. Gilloise at home, and Monaco away. So indeed, we're halfway through of course, the teams that are there. Newcastle United, of course, from the Premier League. Of course, they've already been drawn 7 times already. They've got Barcelona at home, Paris Saint-Germain away, Benfica at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, PSV at home, Marseille away, Athletic Bilbao at home, and Union St. Gilloise away. So there we go. So there we go. So Union St. Gilloise, of course, up next. Yeah. So pretty much no draws needed for them, as their list has already been concluded. So for them, it's Inter Milan at home, Bayern Munich away, Atalanta at home, Atletico Madrid away, Marseille at home, PSV away, Newcastle at home, and Galatasaray away. So very, very easy draw there. So 3 teams left, and then indeed the draw will be complete. So indeed, Paphos, for them, indeed, their games are some really tricky ones for them. Of course, they have got Bayern Munich at home. No, let me try that again. They've got Bayern Munich at home, Chelsea away, Villarreal at home, Juventus away, Slavia Prague at home, Olympiacos away, Monaco at home, and Kairat Almaty away. Yeah. Okay, so indeed the second to last team of the draw is FC Copenhagen. Of course, they provided some tricky game. They've indeed been, of course, tricky opponents for some teams in the past. So indeed, it'll be interesting to see how they do. So for them, it is Borussia Dortmund at home. So it's Borussia Dortmund at home for FC Copenhagen to start things off. Then they've got Barcelona away, Bayer Leverkusen at home, Villarreal away, Napoli at home, Tottenham away, Kairat Almaty at home, and Qarabag away. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the final team for this year's Champions League phase draw. Of course, it's the newcomers, Garat Almaty. And indeed, of course, all their games have been drawn, so they don't need to draw them out. But I am indeed going to say it anyway. So for them, they have got Real Madrid at home, Inter Milan away, Club Brugge at home, Arsenal away, Olympiacos at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Pafos at home, and FC Copenhagen away. Yeah. 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 No, I can't wait to get started either. Mm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Those two were really good. They were really good. They totally knew what they were doing. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. September 16th. Mark that in your diaries. September 16th. Indeed, of course, the Champions League will be underway on that day. There we go. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Champions League league phase draw done for the 2025-26 season. So let me just remind you, indeed, of course, of what indeed the draw looks like, of course, for certain teams, of course. Indeed, for Paris, this might take me a while, guys. So this might take me a while. So bear with me, if you will. Yeah. So bear with me. If you will. So we'll start off, of course, with the champions PSG, and they have got Bayern Munich away. They've got Bayern Munich at home, Barcelona away, Atalanta at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, Tottenham at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Newcastle at home, and Athletic Bilbao away. Now for Real Madrid, they've got Man City at home, Liverpool away, Juventus at home, Benfica away, Marseille at home, Olympiacos away, Monaco at home, and Kairat Almaty away. For Man City, it's Borussia Dortmund. It's Borussia Dortmund at home, Real Madrid away, Bayer Leverkusen at home, Villarreal away, Napoli at home, Bodo and Glimt away, Galatasaray at home, and Monaco away. For Bayern Munich, for Bayern Munich, it's Chelsea at home, Paris Saint-Germain away, Club Brugge at home, Arsenal away, Sporting Lisbon at home, PSV away, Union Saint-Gilloise at home, and Pafos away. For Liverpool, it is Real Madrid at home, Inter Milan away, Atletico Madrid at home, Frankfurt away, PSV at home, Marseille away, Qarabag at home, and Galatasaray away. For Inter Milan, it is Liverpool at home, Borussia Dortmund away, Arsenal at home, Atletico Madrid away, Slavia Prague at home, Ajax away, Kairat Almaty at home, Almaty at home, and Union St. Gilloise away. So for Chelsea, of course, it's Barcelona at home, Bayern Munich away, Benfica at home, Atalanta away, Ajax at home, Napoli away, Pafos at home, and Qarabag away. For Borussia Dortmund, it is Inter Milan at home, Man City away, Villarreal at home, Juventus away, Bodo Glimt at home, Tottenham away, Athletic Bilbao at home, and FC Copenhagen away. And finally, Barcelona, it's Paris Saint-Germain at home, Chelsea away, Eintracht Frankfurt at home, Club Brugge away, Olympiacos at home, Slavia Prague away, FC Copenhagen at home, and Newcastle United away. So that is indeed, of course, pot one. That's indeed how pot one's looking. And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, pot one, definitely we got some incredible games there. We got some great games there. Of course, I mean, you just look indeed at the first games. I mean, indeed, the first games, of course, we have got potentially, I mean, some of those games indeed we're looking at. Of course, PSG, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, also, of course, Chelsea, Barcelona, of course, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan. No, I meant Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Man City. You just look at some of those games and you think to yourself, indeed, of course, indeed, just some of those games, indeed, of course, that you look at, you just think to yourself, oh my God, what a game that is, what indeed, that is going to be like, of course. Indeed, it's going to be absolutely incredible for pot one. I'm not going to go through like all those other ones. I just wanted indeed to give you like a sense of the excitement indeed for like indeed some of the big ones there. Indeed, for indeed pot one. But indeed, of course, I am just going to take a quick look and at all the pots and indeed select out the games that I actually think could be very, very interesting indeed. So, yeah, indeed, of course, I'm just looking indeed, of course, at just these ties. Yeah, so indeed, of course, we have got. Indeed, I'm just really having a look, indeed, at some of these interesting games. Indeed, I'm just having a look at some of these, and you just think to yourself, indeed, of course, just some of these. Just indeed, of course, the teams that we've got in here. Of course, you just think indeed they're going to be really interesting games. Of course, also in pot two, of course, also you've got some terrific games here. Of course, such as, of course, for instance, for Atletico Madrid, of course, indeed, those games against, of course, Inter Milan, Liverpool, Eintracht Frankfurt, Arsenal, those games are just absolutely... I just cannot wait to see those games, indeed, how they are going to look. I mean, those games really potentially, they just have, indeed, just a lot of excitement, indeed, when you look at those games and you think to yourself, indeed, what a game that potentially could be, indeed, there. Also, indeed, you could say the same for Benfica, of course, really. They've got some interesting games as well. Of course, indeed, they've got, of course, Real Madrid, Napoli, Bayer Leverkusen, Chelsea, Juventus, Newcastle. Just indeed, some of those games, indeed, they look really, really tasty. They just really look like, indeed, some games that indeed you want to keep an eye on because they have the potential to look really, really inviting. Of course, also you can say the same for Atalanta as well. Of course, with some of those games, indeed, of course, you can say the same for some of those games. For Atlanta, we've got, of course, for them, they've got Chelsea, PSG, Eintracht Frankfurt, Marseille, and Athletic Bilbao. Just indeed some really tasty games there for them. Of course, also, indeed, you can say the same for Villarreal. Of course, they've got some interesting games, of course, against Manchester City, Borussia Dortmund, Juventus, Ajax, Tottenham, Bayer Leverkusen, just some really interesting games there. But indeed, of course, with Juventus, of course, we know that indeed those games here, you just look at some of these, of course, where indeed you play indeed some of the big teams like Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Benfica, Sporting Lisbon, Villarreal, and Monaco. Indeed, just some of those games there, they could look some really interesting games indeed. Indeed, of course, just indeed, for the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, of course, this season's Champions League, you just look at those games and you just think to yourselves that they're absolutely mouth-watering. They're just absolutely mouth-watering indeed, these games. I just cannot wait to see indeed what we can expect to see, of course, this season. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how indeed, of course, this 71st season of the Champions League is going to go. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how indeed this all goes down. Yeah, and I can't wait to see. I really cannot wait to see it. Yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so yeah, that's it from me. Of course, remember the Champions League. Of course, indeed, the first match week of fixtures. Indeed, of course, indeed, is on the 16th to the 18th of September. Of course, indeed, mark indeed your calendars for that. Of course, the 16th to the 18th of September, of course, for the first round of Champions League fixtures. So, yeah, I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be absolutely incredible to see indeed how indeed the league format indeed is going to plan out. Indeed, I cannot wait. I reckon you guys probably can't wait either. So, yeah, of course. So, yeah, guys. Just remember, of course, for those on TikTok, of course, I'll be back later on tonight. Of course, I'll be back indeed for TNA Impact. Of course, I'll be live for that. Of course, on here and on Twitch as well. Just a reminder for that. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, yeah, of course, I hope you all have a great evening, whatever you're doing. Of course, guys, I'll see you all later on. Of course, guys, indeed. Of course, for those on YouTube, because I'm not sure, indeed, of course, when I'll be back. Let me just have a quick look at the footballing calendar briefly and just have a look to see, indeed, which game, of course, I could potentially do next as a live stream. Just having a look. Just having a look, indeed, at the Chelsea games we've got coming up. Of course, I won't be able to do the Chelsea Fulham because I'll probably be on my way into town or getting myself doing final preparations for the Reading versus Port Vale game. So indeed, of course, ladies and gentlemen, indeed, probably the first round of indeed the next live stream I'll be doing, of course, will indeed actually It'll be next week, actually. Yeah, I'll be live next week, ladies and gentlemen, of course, for the first. Indeed, of course, I'll be live, ladies and gentlemen, on the. Hang on a minute. Where's the. On. Hang on a minute. I just need to have a look at the England fixtures. Hang on one sec. Because I'm sure, indeed, I remembered it because they were literally on ITV last night. So, yeah, let me just have a look. But look, of course, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I will be, of course, live, indeed, of course, on Tuesday, the 9th of September from 7:15. From 7:30, of course, indeed, because I'll be live for Serbia versus England. So I'll be live. So indeed, I'll be live for that. But ladies and gentlemen, so yeah, for the meantime, though, because for those on YouTube, because I've been your boy, WWE, I've been your boy, of course, Football Fan 1 for 8 for those on YouTube, and for those on TikTok, of course, I've been your boy, WWE Kingdom 120. And of course, I hope you all have a great evening, of course, and I will see you all later. I'll see you all later. Have a great evening, guys. See you all later. Peace.